So if you have been writing blogs on WordPress, right, have you ever wondered like how you can publish a blog, right, remotely to your WordPress site, okay, and save yourself time and increase productivity, right? So if you are interested in learning this, then this video is for you. Okay, so the thing is this, right? You do not need to have special coding skills, all right? You need to get maybe like a plugin, which I will put it in the link below. All right, and once you install the plugin, which is a zip file, and then you activate it, right? Okay, install and activate. And then what you need to do at the back end, okay, is what I'm going to show you in this video. All right, so let's say if you don't know anything about coding, then you just need to ask ChatGPT and say, I want to post, okay, what do I want to post? I want to post a blog on WordPress, okay, using API. Okay, let's say this is what you need to do. So give me the REST API JSON. Okay, so let's say ask a query, right? ChatGPT and say, okay, this is what I want to do. How should I do it? Right. So they will give you this, right, which is actually part of the telephone line or the API call that you have to make, right? And then they tell that you need to post this part, okay, which looks a bit like part of a kind of like a URL, okay, right? So if you type www.google.com and then you put this in there, then this will be the considered the tail, right, of the URL. Okay, and then they tell you that you will need all this. I think it's good enough, all right? So specifically over here, it says your endpoint is, you need to post this, right, your endpoint, this whole thing. So take note that this is the name of your website, okay? And then you will need to put this in your headers. Okay, so authorization is basic, and then you have this base 64, which can or may or may not be useful. All right, so what we're going to do is this. Okay, so for today's purpose, I'm going to leave out base 64, but then again, you can ask AI to create something like this for you. All right, so I will show you a simple way. All right, and then maybe the next video I'll show you how you can get the base 64, which is just an extra step. Okay, so so let's start off with let's say Postman. Okay, all right. So we know from my previous video, right, how to sign up for an account and then get to this part here. Okay, so just you create a new API and then from here click post. All right, so this is the first step you do, and if you want to, you can say, well, send blog, okay, to WordPress. Okay, right? So you can be more specific and say, I want to publish a blog, okay, on WordPress. Okay, so you want to do it remotely. Okay, so over here I've got a website, okay, and the this is the temporary site, okay, and I'm just going to copy the URL, okay, and over here just going to paste this. This is a front end. And do you remember I need to go get fetch, right, the tail end of it. So at the very beginning, we saw this. So I'm just going to copy this part, right? So just imagine if a webhook is like or the endpoint, right, is like a lizard, then this will be lizard's tail. All right, just make sure that we remove the double backslash here. All right, so this is what we need, okay? So we need to make a post, all right? So we just need to copy this and find here, and then we'll paste it inside here. So this is the first part, okay? And then we have to do three more things. We have to set the authorization here. Then we need to fill in the headers, and then finally we need to put in the JSON. All right, which is like we need to tell this Postman here, like what is it that we want to send to WordPress. All right, fair enough. And already ChatGPT has done everything for us. All right, so we can just copy this. Okay, over here. All right, let me move this, and then I'm going to click on raw so I can see the the blank box here, right? And I'm just going to go back here, and I'm just going to copy this one more time, right, to make sure that we have this, and then paste this here. Okay, And maybe I don't need so many things, so I'm just going to remove this for now. Okay, and then just remember, if you behind all this you need to have commas, except the last line you do not need a comma, so you can just leave it out. Right, so to the layman, this is the easiest way I can explain it. All right, so now if I were to hit the send button, it would not work. Okay, how do I know? Because you encounter an error, so you see a 400 number. So in this case it's 401. There's a status, and status, right, and says okay, it's not authorized. So why is it not authorized? Because we have not given our password, right, to the postman. So when the postman goes to the doorsteps of WordPress, he can't get in. So now we will need to go and generate a key, okay, and give the key to this postman, so that the postman, when he goes over to WordPress and he wants to deliver, right, the gift to WordPress, he has the right key to enter the door. Okay, so to do that, we will need to go back to our website, all right, and go to users and go to profile. Okay, all right, and scroll all the way to the bottom, and over here you can see application password. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in, let's say, a name. Okay, postman delivers blah. Okay, all right, so we're going to hit the add application password, and we're going to copy this. All right, so this is useful. We'll copy this and paste it somewhere. Okay, so this is the password, which is this, and we are going to go back to the over here. All right, in the Postman, and we're going to look for basic, okay, basic authentication. All right, so I'm going to remove all this here and paste this. Okay, so remove this and paste this one more time. Okay, so this, okay, is the password. Okay, now the username obviously is not this, because this is from a previous demo, right? So we will need the username, and it's very simple, right? When you sign up for a password, when you sign up for an account on WordPress, they will give you your username, right? You can see it's right here. Okay, if you go to users, okay, and profile, you will find it, and since it cannot be changed, you just need to copy this. Okay, copy this, and then okay, just go back to your Postman and then paste it inside here. Okay, all right, so now we're going to hit the send button again. Okay, and I assume since we've already given the Postman the key, okay, and the basically the username and the password is the key to the door to WordPress. By the time he goes to the WordPress to present the blog, he has a reasonably good chance of doing it successfully. Okay, so this is taking longer than I imagined. Okay, but you see 200. So if you remember the previous video, if you encounter 200, okay, it means it's good. Okay, so there's an ID. So this is the ID of the blog that you just published. Okay, so the status is that it's published. So let's check. Okay, now the we even have the URL. Okay, and the post type, or rather the type is post. Okay, not page. Okay, and we even have the title, my first API post. Okay, so if we go back to our WordPress site and we go to post, okay, right, where we keep our blog posts, right, and then you can see that, hey, we have this, right, my first API post. Okay, and if I click on this, okay, I'm not sure whether you can see it or not. Okay, let me hover over this. Okay, at the bottom here, at the bottom of the screen, I want you to focus here, right? The part that says thank you for creating WordPress. If I were to hover over this, you'll see post equals to 88. Okay, and action. So 88 is the ID of the post. All right. So if I were to go back to the Postman, you will see that over here, right at the top, it says 88. All right. So later I'll show you again one more time when we do this one more time. So not to worry. Okay, so but for now, if you just hover over this, you can see that this post, or this blog post, has an ID, is called 88. If I were to put the arrow here, you'll see that the blog post, the ID is 87, right? Because it was one before that. All right. So now if I were to click view, you can see that this is my first API post. Okay, so now if I were to go back, so let's go back. Okay, and then I'm going to go to Postman, and then I'm going to go back to the body. So I'm going to try this again. So I'm going to leave everything the way it is, and I'm going to say this is my second API post, and the slug I'm going to change to second API post, and this one I'm going to change to, okay, the excerpt is long summary, and then I'm going to change this to that is the content of the post. Okay, and then I'm going to hit the send button one more time, and let's see whether the ID will change. Okay, well, the first time takes a bit longer because the postman was doing it for the very first time. He may have fumbled the key, but now he has done that before, so it gets easier now. All right, he knows what to do with the key, so you can see that the new post has an ID is 89. Okay, so let's go back to WordPress and refresh this. You can see my second API post. And when I leave the cursor here, right, the mouse cursor, you can see right here at the bottom here, it says 89, right? Post equals 89. All right, so it might be a bit small on the screen, but trust me, it says 89. So this is the, right? So I've changed from this to that. So this is the my second API post. Okay, so if you need some more convincing, let me do this one more time. I'm going to change this to, okay, third API post. Okay, and I'm going to say those are the content of the post, and I'm going to change it to really long, and I'm going to change this slug, right, which is the back end of your blog post URI, and I'm going to call this my third API post. All right, I'm going to do this one more time, and the ID is 90. So the new block, right, if I were to go back and I were to leave my, okay, over here, you should see right at the bottom it says post equals to 90. So that I just want to double check by clicking on view, and it says my third API post. Okay, and those are the content of the post. All right, so this is how you can make a post, okay, a blog post, and publish it on your WordPress remotely using a webhook, right? And just make the API call, hit the send button, and everything that you type here will be sent to WordPress, right? And you can imagine how much time you can save by learning this trick, because you do not need to copy and paste everything, like one by one. Okay, you can of course change the status to draft if you're not ready to publish it, and then when you come in here and just make a few adjustments, maybe insert some images, change our text a little bit, maybe change the H1 or whatever, right? And then hit the publish button. Yeah, it's so much faster, right? So posting blogs or publishing blogs, it doesn't need to be a pain in the butt. Okay, so let me show you one more. Okay, so I'm going to change this to draft. Okay, and this is going to be the fourth API post. I'm going to leave, I'm going to change this to, this is, to be honest, the best content, okay, I have ever posted. Okay, all right, so I'm going to hit the send button, and you see the 200 here. So let's go back to our blog, our blog page, right? And then hit this, refresh, and you can see this. And unlike the previous 3 times, this time around you can see that it's a draft. All right, so if you click on the preview, you can see this is, to be honest, the best content I've ever posted. Okay, all right, so let's rectify this. Okay, so I'm very happy with the statement, and now if I were to go to, say, a quick edit, I can now change the status to publish, and then hit the update button. Okay, and now this post has been published. All right, so you can see that from this simple demonstration, you can indeed, draft, okay, or publish a blog post, okay, on WordPress, right, your own blog page, right, very quickly and very efficiently, and with little trouble or fuss if you follow exactly what I've taught you. And like I said, you do not need to be a coder. You do not need to know code. You just need to understand a few things, okay? And even for this simple exercise, I've not set the the headers properly, but it doesn't matter, right? The idea is that I was able to make a post remotely and get it through. Okay, so maybe in the next video I'll show you how you can indeed set it up using this thing called base 64. Okay, because sometimes the when you're trying to how to call it send your or publish a blog, okay, remotely, you can't use the same authorization method, okay, and you may have to use the base 64 method, and this is precisely what happens. All right, you got to understand how you can convert the username to and the application password, okay, to a base 64 code, and then you'll be able to do the same thing. All right, so if I do find the time, then I'll make a video on this. But if I don't, do remind me by leaving a comment, okay, that you want to learn this, and I will, as soon as I see it, I will do something about it. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.